The funny thing, though, I think, at least for me, it's kind of funny or interesting, is that I've realized that a lot of people who refer to themselves as light workers, they actually do believe in yeah, a lot of those Christian how am I supposed to say it, in Christian ideology, or they also quote from the Bible and use certain terms from the Bible in the but in the context of what I say or think is New Age spirituality, which is kind of my thing, yeah, right? Like the closest term I can um, refer to when I'm describing my kind of spirituality. Um, so I think it's interesting for once that there's this whole, yeah, this mixture or combination going on. But back to the actual question at hand. So the first answer is, of course, the Christian answer, for example, like God is a superhuman being with somewhat human traits that watches over us, that can control us, or, yeah, that is omnipotent and, how do you say, all knowing, right? Good. So then we let's get to another take on it. Uh, for example, one take I think is really interesting is the idea of God being somewhat of a supercomputer, basically. Like, especially for all those people who actually believe that life on Earth is a simulation or a matrix, basically, which I think is kind of true, even though I don't see it in such technical terms, so to say. But anyway, which would make God something like the supercomputer who rules basically all the programs. Like, I don't know. I don't know much about computers as well. So, but the the one in which all the codes and numbers are, you know, saved in and programmed in, or something like that. I also have to think of hell, in the Space Odyssey. But that's probably not a good example, as he is very evil, and that would, of course, not like be a good, yeah, metaphor. But you know what I mean. A supercomputer. An ultimate intelligence, so to say, that coordinates everything and has this kind of overview or something that a normal human being can't even have, right? Okay, that's my second possible answer to the question. Um, and now it gets more and more complicated as I try to find a more personal answer, like one that comes closer to my personal understanding. Um, okay, so firstly, from a personal point of view, I'd have to say I actually do kind of believe in, multiple gods and goddesses, but not as in the ultimate rulers of the world or even universe, but more as in, like ascended masters, basically, or um, just extraordinarily, yeah, I don't know, extraordinarily wise and advanced souls, kind of, that, or entities that became, I guess you could almost say, legends in some way. Like, I really do believe that you can actually like energetically interact with any kind of god or goddess that is believed in by a lot of people, because um, the belief in it and the collective consciousness actually create this entity and make it kind of real. So in that way, I do believe that you can, as I already said, basically, for example, pray to a lot of gods or goddesses and might actually get some kind of energetic feedback from it. But more than that, I still believe in some kind of like one ultimate God. But of course, that's, in my point of view, that's not like something that can be almost personified or portrayed as a some kind of character or figure. But of course, it's more like, yeah, I'd almost say it's like the not just the sum of, but the whole blend of everything and every being and every consciousness, most importantly, that ever existed. Like it all, if everything that that exists and ever existed and ever will exist, if the consciousness of all those things got melted back together, I think that's what God would be like. The the um the unity of all things, and the, yeah, in some way, really, though, almost like with the supercomputer, the ultimate intelligence, but yeah, in a less technical or mathematical way, but in a more like the ultimate wisdom and the ultimate mm, source of energy, right? So that's why we kind of refer to God as source a lot of time in the spiritual community. Like I think the answer of the spiritual community often is like God is source, and source is the energetic mass or core or something that we all once emerged from, right? And yeah, I guess that's kind of the closest to what I can come to an answer right now for myself. And honestly, I'm sure there are a lot more answers to this by various people and religions and philosophers and so on. But I think that's enough for today. And who knows, maybe I'll make another video on this topic or a similar topic in the future. And as I said in the beginning of the video, please leave me your interesting thoughts on this very complex topic in the comments. Yeah, and as I said, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this philosophical video. If so, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to partake in the discussion. And till the next time, bye.